Hey everyone, it's Laurie Blomer here. It is Sunday, January 12th, and welcome to this week's card pull for spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration. For those of you who've been following along, welcome back. For those of you who are watching for the first time, I like to pull a card almost every week, just for the purpose of spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration. I like to call it a helpful lens through which to observe the week's experiences for the purpose of just growing, evolving as a human being, being a better human being, and just continuing on my own spiritual journey and to help anyone who's watching. I work with whatever card deck I feel moved to work with in any given week. If you've been watching for a while, you know I certainly have my favorites. And there's some I just refer back to every so now and then, or every so often. This week, I pulled out Kay Meriwether Baxter's Carrot cards. They're rabbit themed. Yes, the imagery is charming, but she also gets us some real life themes as well. Considering the context that a rabbit is a prey animal and their lives can be short, creative, productive, but also precarious. There are lots of lessons learned here. So as you would imagine from a rabbit's perspective, a lot of it is sort of keeping an eye on what's going on around them, being aware of actions, symbols, shifts in seasons, maybe not symbols so much for an actual rabbit, but just paying attention to what's happening around them and then realizing what they need to do to respond or not respond, but always being aware, right? Using those two eyes that are sort of positioned on the sides of their heads to see what's going on in those long ears, to be able to hear and be attuned to what's happening and just even the vibration of the earth. What's happening, who's coming, who's going, what do I need to do, all that sort of stuff. Rabbit energy can seem a little bit frantic, but actually rabbits themselves are associated with the moon and also with the divine feminine. So anyway, and again, they're a creative force. They're very good at creating little bunnies, so they can be a creative force for us as well. So I've been shuffling as I've been talking, and I'm just going to pull whatever card. I'm going to split the deck. Whichever one my thumb is on is the one I'm going to roll with, and I'm going to share with you what inspiration and reflection I choose to take from it, and I encourage you you're welcome to borrow from my inspiration or choose your own based on what you know your week looks like and what's currently going on in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a card here. Split the deck. And the card is Lawnmower. Just giving you a chance to take a look at that. You can tell it looks like it's on the move here. It's card number 25. In numerology, we add the 2 and the 5 together and we get 7. So interestingly, we are in a 9-year, as I mentioned last week, a year of kind of endings, wrapping things up, big lessons, big healing in order to have real, truly new beginnings. We're also in a 1 year in January of 2025, which is about starting new things, initiations, individuating ourselves. So one of the things I take away from the lawnmower is, what does it do? It clears a path. It looks like, again, this thing looks like it's on the move. Grass is flying. From a rabbit's perspective, this might be perceived as a threat, but I would look at it as change is afoot. It's going to clear a path one way or another. And also, I may have to get out of the way and just let change roll through. It's not lost on me that we have a new president or a returning president that's going to be coming back here in the United States. We have lots of new things going on with a new year. So it may mean just being observant of your surroundings, taking stock in what you need to do in terms of getting out of the way of certain types of change, but also seeing which direction it's coming from and which direction that lawnmower is going, so you can see what paths are available to you. So I think that's going to be that 7 is the number of learning. So that 2 + 5 is 7. 7 is the number of learning, of self-assessment, self-evaluation, learning curves of any kinds, research analysis, all that sort of stuff. So that's what I'm going to look at the lawnmower as being about. A, which direction is it coming from? What path is it actually clearing that's available to me? And where can I also direct the action of that lawnmower? The change is coming through in a way that's constructive and right for me. Where can I get a little bit of control of this path that's being carved? So that's where I'm going to take it. Again, I would have you think about how this really resonates with you. How does it speak to you in terms of inspiration and also in terms of reflection about your path forward. Again, path forward. Lawnmowers create paths. They clear ways. So they do some constructive things in addition to cutting down grass. They also clear paths so we can see the way forward. So some things to think about. Anyway, again, my name is Laurie Blomer. Our website is laurieblomer.com. My email address is laurieblomerpsychic@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you. Would love to work with you. And I hope you have an inspired week with your lawnmower. Thanks for watching.